My name's Dave Tucker. I'm going to talk about cloud computing because about a year ago, I moved from this building down the street a ways where we got to do some cloud computing. And the thing I learned after writing software that had to be deployed in one of these data centers and working in cloud computing is that those things are dinosaurs. And they're going to be dead before long. Right now, they're big and bad, but before long, they're going to be dead because nobody really needs them anymore. Because there's all these people like Google and Amazon and Rackspace, more sprouting up every day that are driving these things to the tar pits. And everything you need is now available in the cloud. If you're going to start a company and build an enterprise application, that's the place to do it. Many people are taking different approaches. Google, others are saying, hey, we'll give you the infrastructure, we'll give you the application. Everything's out there. Just put your data out there with us. We'll manage it. We'll give you all the applications, all the services you need, and it's a great environment. Others are doing the type of things that we need, building platforms and saying, if you want to build a cloud application, hey, you write it either in Python or .NET or whatever your platform, give it to us, we'll run it for you, we'll manage it for you, we'll make the whole thing work, and you don't have to worry about it. Others are taking a little bit lower level approach and saying, hey, you're used to building servers, deploying your software, will you build those images, give them to us, and we'll just manage them for you. We'll put them out there. You won't have to worry about hard drives and RAID arrays and all that stuff. Now, obviously, when you start building on platforms and tying yourself into them, you get more functionality, but you don't have the kind of flexibility. Whereas if you take the Amazon infrastructure approach, you can go deploy it anywhere. When you're building on App Engine, with the one we've been building on, you're basically building the blue box. They give you the services, they give you the APIs, they give you everything you need. You just write it, upload it, and it runs, and they scale it. Now, it comes with some restrictions. You don't get to run native code. You get these 30-second time slices where you got to get everything done. You don't get a SQL database. You run on their big table data store, which is great in some ways, but it's some restrictive in some ways. Amazon, I call hosting plus plus. Again, they're building a bunch of different services around the way that you traditionally would deploy servers in a data center. They'll give you the scaling, they'll give you the failover, the monitoring. It's basically you take your image, put your stuff on it, hand it over to them, they'll scale it, and they'll give you all the services, and they'll charge you for it. And man, will they charge you for it. If you go somewhere like Google, it's insane how little we pay Google. We pay them like $2 a month on our credit card bill for hosting an enterprise application right now. Amazon, we pay over $1,000 a month for some services that we get from them. They do some things great, but I'm trying to pull everything back over on Google. Now, obviously, in cloud computing, like any other web application, you got to have a really sexy, cool client to draw people to it. And so our approach has been to build on Adobe Flex 4, mainly because we got a bunch of rockstar Flex developers over here who have taught me that you can do some really cool and really complex stuff in Flex. It's not just a lightweight web application. It's a hardcore enterprise application environment. So this is our case study of what we've done. It's been a cool Flex interface running on Google infrastructure with the Django framework. And we use Amazon for some of the services that we can't quite get to run on Google. But basically, we've learned a lot. And the number one lesson is if it can go wrong, it will. Every call you make, you have to write with the assumption that it's going to fail. And if it doesn't, that's great. And you can still write very robust applications in that kind of environment, even when you're doing it on these little 30-second time slices. But you got to be efficient. You can't mess around. You got to get things done. You got to do it efficiently, and you've got to be willing to work in that kind of environment. And finally, it's painful at times. You got to get over it. Amazon called, sent us an email once and said, "Oops, sorry, we lost your storage." Google told us, by the way, we're going to do some scheduled maintenance, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. Central Time. And well, I'm sorry if you've got a customer that's in a critical situation at that point. But you got to deal with it because the benefit that you get in working in this environment, Rox, it is so much easier than writing traditional enterprise applications. There are so many cool things going on, and we have examples of them over here. For anybody who's interested, we're giving away an iPod Nano for anybody who wants to drop your business card in. if anybody is interested in like the future of cloud computing, we would love to talk to you. So thank you.